We have good news about the tractor. We had a friend come over and help us and get it started, and we got it started. It's running really well. The carburetor is fine. It turns out I did a good job on that. It's just that he fiddled around with the wiring a little bit. There was some wiring that was not connected very well, and he got a spark plug tester, and anyways, we got fired up. It's running really well. It's just so right now we're just draining the oil. It's pretty black, so I wanted to videotape this, taking off the oil filter. Here we go. Here is the oil filter. It's a bit chunky in there. Oh, look at that. See the top? What do you think of that?
Disgusting.
Yes, it is disgusting. It just falls right off. I think there's a piece on the bottom here. Alright, and O-ring. Well, it's all in there, so I'm gonna clean that out. Here's the new one, Wix. There we go. That is going to work out beautifully. Let's put it in. I'm letting the oil from this pan drip out overnight, but it's still dripping. I think I'm just gonna close up anyways and call it a day. There's a lot of sludge up in there. There's a lot of sludge in this oil pan. And I think what I'll do is that next time I go to, I'll just do an oil change sooner. Finally get to use my 3/4 inch. That fits this plug. Oh, it's hard to do with one hand. Oh! Don't do that. It's all right, nothing broke, except nothing broke, but my wrench took a swim. So I've caught a little bit of tractor fever. I like this old stuff. These old antique tractors are a lot of fun, and I've been finding out that the parts are worth quite a bit of money because people have a nostalgic attachment to their old tractors. Maybe it was dad's old tractor and you want to fix it all up to kind of commemorate him if he's passed away, you know, stuff like that. These parts are getting a lot of money on eBay. So what I did the other day, there was a guy who had a bunch of the international tractors for parts, and I went over there and I bought 2 carburetors from him. This one actually turned out to be different. It doesn't fit my tractor. You can see here, there's the holes. The jets on this one are different than that one. This one actually fits a W4, but it's still good. So I wrote down the numbers here. But this one, it does fit my tractor. Pretty rusty. So I bought both these for $100 each. And this one here, I found out there are aftermarket carburetors. They are still expensive. Now my tractor, there are no aftermarket carbs, so you have to buy, you know, the old ones. Recently I saw on eBay there was a listing of a carb fully rebuilt, and it went for I think 580 bucks. That's a fully rebuilt carburetor, and they charge $100 core, so you can return your carburetor to them and they'll give you $100 back. So as soon as I saw this, I was like, yeah, I'll go buy it. So if I bought this for 100, and the full carb kit is about 140. That includes the float and everything. And so I'm into it for a 240, and then if I can make, you know, 580, and also get another carburetor to rebuild, you know, I could just keep on doing this over and over. That's a plan, but I think I may just hold on to this one for now because I'd like to have a spare for my tractor. So my problems were, one is the needle that I got for the carburetor. It had, it was a rubber tip needle, and it wasn't seating into the brass fitting. So there was actually gas that was leaking through. So I went back and I used the old brass needle that came with my tractor originally, and also the float was badly bent. So those were my two main problems that I was having with this carburetor. That's why I had to keep taking it on and off. And I bought some coolant. We're going to change all the coolant inside here because it's very low. Let's see here. You can't even see it. Very low. Well, we got this plug off, and looking at the color, yeah, it's like looks like chocolate milkshake. Yum. You have to put it in by hand. Well, Spencer really likes the tractor, so I've given him a little job to do, clear up this little area. He's working hard at it the last little while, so all we have to do is move two more big stones. There was a bunch of little ones that he moved, no problem. There's those two big ones. That one I don't think we'll be able to move. Maybe we can drag it, and then let's cut down these trees, and then we can open up our yard a little bit more. Yeah, so then we'll take my chicken coop trailer, put that somewhere over here, clean this place up a little bit, make it look better. All right, come on. All right, lift it up. Oh, we got an extension cord. All right, got the electrical cord out. Now this thing is really hard to turn when it has a load in the bucket, but when you have it lined up, it's no big deal. I have a little dilemma here with this tree. I'm cutting down some dead ash for firewood, and I was out here and cutting this one. This is probably the third one I've cut down today. Everything was going really good until something happened here. A big crack started forming right down the middle of it, and you're gonna get blocked out by the sun here, but it goes way up there. This crack goes all the way up this tree, and then what happened was it started falling the wrong way. Even though I tried my best to make it go, I tried wedging it and stuff, but it's not working. So now I'm hung up a little bit on some branches up there, and I don't know what else to do, so I'm going to try this method. I had another jack, a smaller one, but it's actually broken. So I got my bigger one, and I'm going to notch a bigger hole in here. Probably just notch that up. And yeah, I'm going to try and push it over. The only other option is if I get my tractor into the bush here somehow and try and push it over, pull it down, but it's pretty hard to get in there. All right, I'm gonna set you up and let's watch the show. I'll be right back. that wasn't the best thing to use. Okay. This isn't easy. Hot day in the bush. All the twigs are hitting me. That's all right. I like a challenge. I'm just going to, I want to get this tree down, then I have to go into town, do some errands, and it's all good anyways. I'm out of bar oil. If I want to get some more bar oil, I have to order it online and do a curbside pickup. Oh yeah, he knows I mean business now. I feel like I'm splitting it right in the middle. Oh, my jack's starting to move. That's the problem. Okay, so that's, I'm gonna have to back up on that now. Look at this thing, man, it's ready to pop. Whew. You know, there's this thing called a barber chair. Split in the middle, and this front piece here will just slingshot straight up. And then it will, I don't know why they give it the name barber chair, but anyways, a lot of times that will kill a lumberjack because the spring will hit you right in the head and take you out. So Murray, there's just a lot of tension inside of this tree right now. Solid bar of steel, big, probably used to be an axle of some sort. Anyways, super heavy. I don't know what I'm going to try and do with it. Maybe I'm just going to try and get it in there and pry it apart or something. So yeah, nothing, the tree is totally disconnected from the stump. Now this piece here was all that was holding it on, so there might be a little bit of fibers down there, but I think what's going to happen is just going to fall off the stump. Look at that, the jack is holding up the whole tree. Just wanted to get past those twigs. Don't you just love it when a 1 hour job becomes a 6 hour job? Ay, ay, ay. That's good. We can work on it like that. Just lower the 3-point. Yep. I think we'll set you free here. And yeah, can you make it? All right. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. I kept on thinking to myself we have to pull it from the top, but it's much easier just to pull it from the bottom. And the chickens are very, very happy. I put some new perches way up in the ceiling, and you can tell that they're happy, because normally when I come in here, I had my perches right down here, and when I would walk in, they would just make all sorts of noise, like they would cluck and, you know, intruder alert. Now when they're up here, they don't even make a sound. So you can really tell it's helping. Gotta clean this out. Oh, the poor girls are hot. Tell when they put their wings out like this, it's pretty hot. That's the only other thing I was thinking about with the perches way up there, so that's hotter up. So I may have to think about getting some sort of ventilation in here for the girls. All right, give her. Stuck. That should do it. This is the first time I've ever I pulled out my 6th or 7th tree, pulling out of this woods. First time I've had to reset the chain like that. But it was a little bit deeper in the woods compared to the other ones I did. That's a big one. That's a big cedar. Move back a little bit. Let go. Yeah, there you go. That's good, that's good. Now we're just gonna have to delimit and stack it on with the rest of the logs. The other day I moved this rock with the tractor. It's a big heavy sucker. I don't know where to put it now. Don't know, I may be able to lift that with a loader, we'll see. It's probably right on the brink of being too heavy. But I'll find a spot for it. But the reason I moved it is it was right in the way of where I want to start my new trail. So I want to build a trail going through my forest. It's not a very big forest, you know, I have about 4 acres. So, but I'd like to get in and out so that I can, you know, remove dead stuff and manage the forest a little bit better. So yeah, I was working around here. There was a bunch of rocks, I guess previous owners, they built like a rock wall thing, and so I just dismantled that. So I plan that the new trail will go somewhere like this. We have a little bit of a clearing, and then right down there. My goal would be to just remove less trees as possible, especially in the nice ones, nice healthy ones. You know, maybe take down 1 or 2 big ones and leave all the saplings. So it's just a way of managing your forest. So anyways, the trail would go around this way, just the width of my tractor, and then possibly have any other toys that we want to bring down here. So a grouping like this would have to go. Yeah, anyways, I'm not going to take you around the whole trail, but that's going to be a slow process, of course, bit by bit. Right, Ocelot? Yeah. He doesn't like it when we go walking. He follows us everywhere. A little bit here, a little bit there. Eventually it will all get done. So the reason why I was pulling out these trees, I wanted to dry them out and use them as posts. And the reason, what I want to build is a big pole beam car shelter, barn, whatever you want to call it. So just have 8 posts and 3 bays. So 1 for the tractor, truck, and car. and have it, I'm thinking 24 feet wide and about 16 feet deep, and then just have a low roof. Pretty basic structure, but you know, I was pricing out some of the wood, and just for the beams alone, if you want to go to Home Depot and buy it there, you're looking at least $600. And I don't even think they had the sizes that I wanted, because you have to go about 4 feet into the ground here in Canada, you know, to go past the frost line. And so then I would want at least 10 feet for the first pole, so I'd have to have a 14-foot beam, and I would want it to be at least 6 by 6. So a 6 by 6 14-foot beam, they don't sell them, they sell them as 16-foot for $100 each at Home Depot. And then the back 4 would be, you could be 12 feet. Anyway, so you're looking at a whole bunch of money. It adds up fast. So I thought I would do it this way, save a little bit. And so I have some pretty nice beams here. Like this one here is really, really long, and I could probably make 2 beams out of that one. And it's nice and straight. There are a few crooked ones. I'm not too sure what I can do with those. So I have 7 in total, not counting these small ones here. And then there's actually two of them over there. I pulled those out by hand on the other side of the forest. This is the cedar branches, and what I plan on doing with that is take out my wood chipper and chip it all up for mulch and bag it and sell it, or maybe I'll use it. We'll see. That's a lot there. And today's job is the truck. I have a whole bunch of scrap in there, so I'm going to process all that for copper and whatnot. Copper, steel, some more copper and steel down there, copper brass. There's a nice big piece, refrigerator line, and then my collection there. But last night I took down a tree in the back that had fallen down during the last windstorm, so I brought all these pieces out by hand. So later I'll get the tractor, load them up into the bucket, and bring it to my wood pile and start chopping it up. But this is where I was working last night, so I brought my wood chipper out here, chipped up a whole bunch of branches that I've been piling up here. So this area is nice and cleaned out, which is a good feeling. I can move around a little bit more. So yeah, I like this. It used to get all muddy here, so this will help. Nice clean wood chips. There was a lot of prickly ash trees, which are just a pain in the butt to deal with. It's this stuff here. You can see it's just covered in thorns. So it's all over the place, which is kind of good for security. You can have it all. I have pretty much all the way around my rectangular shaped property, so you know, people have to go through that if they want to get in here, but you know, I don't have any problems like that. But yeah, this tree fell. Right here is the stump. This tree fell over. It was another dead ash, so I cut that up last night. Oh, I forgot a piece. But slowly but surely I'm opening up my yard, and there's my chicken coop. So I have almost a clear shot to the chicken coop. I'd like to kind of get rid of all the shrubbery through here. That way I can just go right to the chickens from my work shed instead, before I have to go all the way around. I opened up this window for the chickens. They're happy. They can go in and out like that. I know. This is one other little improvement that I did off camera. And right over here where this rock pile was, were some dead ash trees, and there were about 3 of them. So I took those down, and I waited for the tractor to be up and running because they were leaning towards the road. So I didn't want to risk it, so we put chains on it and just dragged it down, nice and easy. And then we took the wood chipper and chewed up all the branches, and also have some firewood. And we moved my garbage bin here. That was actually tricky because we had to drag it, and it kind of did some damage dragging it. And yeah, still works. My paint job is horrible. I didn't prime the aluminum, so it's just all flaking off. Yeah, that's all right. Looks like a Holstein. And then this wagon wheel, I was going to try and sell that, but then I thought, I'll paint it and put it at the curb and make it some yard art. So painted it, primed it and painted it, cleaned it up too. We still have lots of work to do around here. I dragged this old bathtub out of the forest. It was over there, and I had used it to try and grow strawberries in once upon a time. So that was actually the bathtub that was in our house when we moved here, and it was leaking a lot. The first day we tried to use it, and water was pouring down from the ceiling. It was fun. And this guy here, I moved that. The only way we could move it was to put it on the 3-point hitch. Otherwise, it's impossible to move, but it spins nicely. I haven't used it yet. I picked that up at an auction. And anyways, it's looking good. Improvement that I do want to make is I like to mount a winch onto here so that when I go to turn it, I can just press the button and then move the chute around, because it's really difficult to move otherwise. But yeah, we put that on the pallet, so I'll give it a shot this winter. Check your front tire. Check your front tire. It's aerating. Like before you drive it. Yeah. Yeah, it's on the other side. Like that, it's gonna be really hard to turn. Need a bigger circle, that's all. Been able to cut quite a bit of wood. It's about 4 cords right there, maybe another one right there. Whoa! Look at that stuff. Put it down.